So I met Maurice back in 2015 when AACUC had their conference in Philadelphia, and I didn't know it at the time. I was running to be on the board, so I was campaigning, and I didn't even know Maurice was on the board. In fact, I didn't even know who Maurice was.
So I met Maurice in 2005, almost immediately after I started at Keenan Mutual. Interesting meeting. I think he sizes you up a little bit. He's a great leader, and he's been a leader on so many levels, and that's what's really difficult. You can be a leader, but when you're a leader, not only in your home community in Raleigh, at your credit union, the Carolinas League, on the national stage at CUNA, Filene, African American Credit Union Association, and to do that in the manner he's done it, in the style he's done it, is extraordinary in my opinion.
Maurice, as we all know, and I know now better than ever before, is not somebody who wants to stand out in a crowd. He's not somebody who wants to make a big deal about himself or anything he's doing, and so it was probably a very polite introduction, and that was about it.
I was always very impressed with his stature. He's always such a great listener. He's very quiet, but when he speaks, people listen to him. So it was fun to meet him there, and then I've gotten to know him a little bit better as I've been with the foundation.
I suppose I'm a credit union nerd, maybe a nerd in all things. And so I've learned over the years to sort of stay in my lane as to what I do, and business and finance and community development and helping people. That seems to be just part of my genetic makeup as a person. So I am the happiest when I'm doing something that's consequential for the community, or I'm helping a household, or helping a consumer, better their lives, or helping a company or an organization get ahead and do good things for society. And so my focus has always been about, how do I make a contribution to the world? I began my credit union career on August 20th, 1979. I was hired by Jim Blaine, who was the CEO of State Employees Credit Union at the time. So this coming August will be 40 years in this business, believe it or not. But my real credit union, career and ambition and interest to do this kind of work began when I was 12 years old. My father challenged me to choose a life career at the age of 12. And in doing so, he said, you will be setting sort of the pattern for how your life will be going hereafter. It's okay to change your mind, he said, later, but you always have to have a goal, always have to have an ambition in front of you. So starting at the age 12, I decided I wanted to go into the banking business. And this was after seeing a banker in our local hometown community bank. And my father explained to me the importance of finance and money and having good credit, access to financial resources, how it impacts a community, your accessibility to health care, to wealth building, home ownership, employment, the social ills that we have in society, your ability to be resilient, to resist the kind of things that plague communities today. There's a financial sort of underpinning to all of that. And my understanding of how money works, how finance works, how banking works, and how we can use that to better our society and communities, that intrigued me at an early age, and it still does.
So there was a quote by Bobby Kennedy back in 1968, and he said something like this: some men see things as they are and say why. He says, I dream of things as they never were and say why not. And so when you think about vision, when I think about Maurice, I think about that statement, because he's always looking into the future, and he's open to change, or making a change, or making that difference, or making that impact, all those different things as we move forward in this 21st century.
So credit unions have these 7 cooperative principles. They were written in 1844. Think about the world in 1844. What likely would have been in the minds of the writers of those principles then? In 1844, many people in the United States who looked like me would have been enslaved. Now, the 7 principles were then codified as an international standard in the year 1900 by the International Cooperative Alliance. So if the principles are that important to us, then we should be explicit about what they mean to us in today's language. But if we think diversity and equity and inclusion is important to the credit union movement and to co-ops in general, then let's be explicit, let's be unambiguous. Let's just put it out there as an eighth solid principle, something that we should all have no confusion or any misgivings about whatsoever.
For him to come out with this idea of, is it such a rock, a bedrock of our movement that diversity is different than the other 7 cooperative principles, that we actually ought to have an 8th, to me was groundbreaking. We had worked on diversity at CUNA and had worked with many great partners, but Maurice summed it up very well when he said, look, this is part of our DNA. It's part of what we ought to do. It's part of what we currently believe in. So let's make it an 8th principle. And that's why I adopted it immediately when I heard that. I thought it was brilliant.
Maurice's style in meetings is really interesting to watch. He's calm, he's deliberative, be it he delivers a pretty forceful message when you separate everything out. It's almost like a silent hammer in many respects.
And so you know he's a leader, but I view him as a servant leader because he's always helping others, whether it be his time, whether it be his dollars, whether it be resources from his leadership team. He's always willing to help. And of course, that's what the credit union philosophy is about, people helping people.
I always tease people that I feel like an old-timer in the credit union system because I've been in credit unions for 30 years. Maurice beats me. He's been in credit unions for 40 years, and what an incredible career. You know, I love his stories around him talking with his father about what he wanted to do and having a plan for his life and figuring out that every single day that he he writes down what he wants to do every single day, and whether he accomplishes it or not, the point is to kind of have a plan and see what you can execute so that you're always moving towards a goal throughout your life.
I mean, he takes notes at every single meeting. I'm afraid of what he's written down of things that I've said and crazy ideas that I've thrown out on the table, because I'm somebody who has to communicate an idea verbally to hear it myself. I'm listening actually to myself to say, how crazy is that idea? Well, he's been writing them down. And so my answer would be, pay attention to Maurice, watch him, cheat off of his notes, because he's got some good ones, and follow his example.
You know, this is an honor to be awarded anything with Pete Crear's name on it. And so what that means for me is that the standard for my life has just risen. I have to work a little bit harder. I have to present a little better. I have to represent the ideals of the credit union movement more effectively. And I have to be focused on always doing the absolute very best that I can do. Besides, I don't want Pete Crear to show up my front door someday and take it away from me. So I'm going to do my best, Pete, so I'm not going to screw up for you.
Maurice, congratulations on winning the Pete Crear Lifetime Achievement Award. I can't think of a more deserving recipient.
Maurice Smith, I just want to say congratulations on achieving the Pete Crear Award. You're a great mentor, a coach, leader, chair, and a very, very dear friend. And I wish you all the best. You and Diane are special friends.
Maurice, I wanted to offer my sincerest congratulations to you on receiving the Pete Crear Lifetime Achievement Award. Your work has inspired me. It has inspired so many credit unions. It inspires the work of the foundation and how we think about member financial health and meeting people where they are in life. And I look forward to many more years working collaboratively with you as we continue to try to change the world for the better.
Maurice, just want to say congratulations to you. Also, congratulations to your wife. This is a well-deserved award, this Pete Crear Lifetime Achievement Award. Your body of work certainly speaks for itself and is very inspiring to me. And I just want to thank you for all the advice that you've given me over the last three years. Again, congratulations and thank you for all that you have done for the credit union movement and also AACUC.